Episode 42. The Water Cooler Paradox. They say a man's defined by what he holds on to. Some men hold a badge. Some hold a bottle. Me? I hold a coffee cup. Permanently. Doctors say it's fused to my hand. Bone, skin, and ceramic now one beautiful, bitter union. I say it's fate's idea of a practical joke. See, I used to think coffee was my lifeline. Turns out, it's my life sentence. It started on a Wednesday. The kind of Wednesday that smelled like stale donuts and bad decisions. The sun refused to show up, and so did half the department. I'd been working a case involving counterfeit parking meters. Somebody was stealing quarters from the city, one expired meter at a time. 3 days straight, no sleep, just a steady diet of nicotine and black sludge from the precinct pot. When you live on caffeine long enough, your bloodstream becomes half bean, half despair. So I wandered to the break room to rinse my mug, a relic from KSCO's Flight 1080 Christmas Party 2016 edition. The print had faded, but the memories hadn't. I'd won it in a raffle. Or maybe I just took it. Details get fuzzy after the eggnog. Anyway, that's when I saw it. The new hydration station. Shiny chrome, blinking lights, a panel labeled Quantum Flow. Underneath a sticker that read, Property of KSCO Experimental Facilities Division. Now, most people would stop right there. Most people would ask, since when does KSCO have an Experimental Facilities Division? But I'm not most people. I'm Detective Billy Armi, and I don't ask questions before caffeine. So I leaned in, hit the button, and reality burped. There was a flash, blue like a lightning bolt trapped inside a snow globe. The room trembled, my mug rattled, and then silence. When I came to, I was lying on the floor, surrounded by post-it notes and one very confused janitor. My hand was still wrapped around the mug, tight. Too tight. I tried to let go. It didn't. I pulled harder. The mug pulled back. That's when I realized it wasn't the mug anymore. It was me. The doc at county said it was impossible, said the fusion was molecular, like the atoms had signed a lease together. He said words like bonded matrix and energy convergence. I said words like cream and 2 sugars. They ran tests. They took x-rays. They even brought in a physicist from UC Santa Cruz who mumbled something about localized particle acceleration and non-standard fluid dynamics. I told him it was just bad coffee. He didn't laugh. Physicists never do. Turns out the hydration station wasn't a water cooler at all. It was a prototype particle accelerator smuggled into the building after a grant went missing. Someone, maybe a DJ, maybe a janitor, maybe fate, plugged it into the staff break room. And I, being a creature of routine and poor judgment, became its first human test subject. Now my right hand's permanently molded to a chipped ceramic mug. It's like Excalibur, but with caffeine stains. I filed a disability claim 3 times. Each one got denied. Apparently, coffee cup assimilation isn't on the list of recognized workplace injuries. They told me to be grateful it wasn't the stapler. At first, I tried everything to get rid of it. Surgery, solvents, prayer. I even tried switching to tea. That lasted 9 minutes. Now I've accepted it. The mug and I, we're partners. We go everywhere together. When I question a suspect, I tap the mug once on the table. That sound, that little ceramic knock, carries more weight than a badge. Makes people nervous, like the sound of an old percolator that knows too much. I've learned to use the mug's powers, and yeah, I said powers. The liquid inside never cools. Doesn't matter if it's been hours or days, hot, black, and steady as judgment. Sometimes when the case gets dark, I stare into it and swear I see things swirling inside. Old crimes. Lost souls. Maybe last week's creamer. And sometimes late at night, when the station's quiet and the hum of the transmitter fades into static, I hear it whisper. Soft, percolating murmurs. Little phrases that bubble up through the porcelain. Once it said, "Drink deep, detective." Another time it just said, "Refill." Could be my imagination. Could be the caffeine talking. But either way, I listen. People ask if I'm bitter about it. Of course I am. I've been bitter since the first cup. But I've also learned something. Every accident's just an invitation you didn't file paperwork for. And if the universe decides to weld you to your morning routine, you take the hint. You keep the cup. You keep drinking. And you keep solving crimes. The boys down at HQ still laugh about it. Call me Mr. Coffee Cup Hand, the mug whisperer. But I don't mind. Because when the case breaks and the perp cracks, they all look at me like maybe, just maybe, this weird cosmic Java curse has its perks. And me, I sip, I smoke awkwardly with my free hand in a way that's fully compliant with FCC regulations, and I watch the steam rise off the surface of my eternal brew. Sometimes it curls into shapes, faces, answers. Or maybe it's just the way light bends when you've seen too much. They say a detective's supposed to follow evidence, but I follow the aroma. And if it leads me back to that break room again someday, to that chrome contraption with the sticker that says Quantum Flow, I'll hit the button again. Because deep down, I think it's still percolating. Still out there turning bad coffee into something cosmic. And who knows? Maybe next time I'll end up fused with something more useful. Like a donut. So that's my story. Half man, half mug. Still clocking in, still drinking on the job, and still wondering if maybe the real mystery isn't out there. It's percolating right in my hand here. Sometimes I look at the cup, and it looks back. And that's when I start thinking in rhyme. I reached for water, found the void, my atoms stretched, my nerves destroyed. Now mug and man are both employed, and the night grew still and quiet. I sip my fate through porcelain lips, the handle hums, the caffeine drips. And that's why I never argue with vending machines. Until next time, this has been your detective, Billy Armi. Episode 48.
Perfect, Billy. Boy, you nailed it, dude. You are so good.
That's
Gosh,
a fun
dang
one.
It.
Coffee cup man, hand man. Beautiful.
Yes.
What a good one.
Yes.
Making me thirsty for more coffee, and I wish I had a coffee cup hand now.